Hey Indexers, welcome to day 2 of the Index Exchange Hackathon. We're super excited to be here today, and we want to kick it off today by talking to the workplace team. They're the ones who've been spending months of effort to actually make this event possible. So let's head over and chat with them for a second. Hey workplace team. So thanks so much for making such an awesome event. We know that there are a bunch of new changes this year, and we want to hear what some of the highlights have been so far.
So we're really excited this year that at our 4th annual hackathon, this is the first time that we are at the MTCC. We've actually welcomed some external partners here, including the Knowledge Society as a hackathon team. So that's really, really cool for us to have. As well as it's the first time that even within Index, we've been able to open our doors to have teams from our solutions consulting department, product, and well outside of just our Canadian engineers, we've got some members in from New York, including our lovely Catherine, San Francisco, London as well, and again further from New York.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Ritika. Holly, what are some of the things that have been new this year for you?
So this year we actually launched a hackathon website. We really wanted to build it as a place to house all of the information that anybody could need about hackathon, something we can use year after year, and we wanted it to be a really engaging space. We've had teams send in awesome team graphics that are up on our team pages, so it's been really cool to see the creativity.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, Andrew, as one of the people who's been around Hackathon the longest, I'm wondering, how has it evolved over the past 4 years?
Great question, and great work, by the way. You've been an awesome MC so far. Hackathon is one of my favorite events of the year. Unleashing the creativity of engineers is just a lot of fun. You never know what they're going to do. You never know what they're going to come up with. I've never seen an event like this before. The production value, the organization, the venue, the space is amazing. And so is the Wi-Fi. When you throw 200 engineers in a small space, you need a lot of Wi-Fi, and we have it this year. So much so that we can do a live stream. But I want to throw a huge shout out to the workplace team that has done an incredible job, and I can't wait to see what our engineers put together. But so far, so good.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We're super excited about this event, and thanks so much for all the organization. So I think that we're going to head over to Myron now. He's actually the absolute OG hacker of Index Exchange. He was actually Index's first engineer employed many, many years ago. So he has been really one of the people who have been most involved in organizing Hackathon. And we want to hear from him today to hear about how everything has changed and what an amazing event it has been so far.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey Myron, thanks so much for joining us. So how is this year different from previous hackathons?
It's different in a number of ways. The first hackathon was back in, I think it was 2015, right? And it was, the organization was very different. Like, we basically said we should throw a hackathon, and then I told Frank to just sort of go and make it happen. And you know, he had spent what felt like weeks or days putting it all together, and it became this enormous event. And it had taken place during Halloween, so we were all dressed up. So if you ever look back at the pictures, you'll see that we are wearing all kinds of costumes, and it's because it was Halloween. We don't normally dress like that. So that was a huge that was a huge success. That was the first hackathon. That then became a running event, right? We saw how well that had gone, and we thought we should really be doing this every year. And we were fortunate in that the year after 2016, we were able to partner with the University of Toronto, which is sort of my stomping ground. And they had let us collaborate with them. We were able to work with their students, and we had hundreds of UFT students at the downtown campus. They let us use their space overnight for a whole weekend, and that was just it was an amazing event. I couldn't be happier with the outcome. And after that, we were back in our headquarters. So it's grown and evolved quite a way. I would say one of the cool things last year was that was our first offsite hackathon. So we were offsite at an art studio, which was the first time, and that was a lot of work and coordination and effort just to get that going. This year we're at a massive place. We're at the convention center. You know, I never thought we'd be at a place like this, and I never thought we'd be able to pull off an event this size and to get it going so smoothly. So this has been a huge win for us. The other cool thing I would say is, you know, the early days of Hackathon were very siloed to just engineering, and we didn't even have product or anyone like that come and join us. So last year we sort of had some of those folks come, but this year we really had a lot more people come, right? So we had product, we had GSC, Jay's here. You know, I was just speaking to Fred, he's here somewhere. I think that was a nice extension of what we were trying to do, and I'm also happy to say that external parties are here. You know, I'm very happy with you know, the fact that TKS has agreed to come and participate and be part of this amazing event. And I think that this is a start of something that's going to be happening every year. You know, I'd love to go and find other partners and other organizations that are meaningful to the city and say to them, hey, come and work with us and show us what you can do.
Awesome. So what are some of the most exciting hacks? Have you checked in with any of the teams yet?
Actually, I haven't. I've been mostly running around, so I haven't seen or heard from any of the teams except for, you know, saying like, do you need anything? Is everything okay? So I actually have no idea. It's a blank slate for me.
Well, it will be exciting to see the finalist presentations this afternoon and kind of pick who will be the finalists this afternoon. And so my final question is, what are you hoping to get out of this hackathon?
Well, I think that what I'd really like to see is for the hackathon to evolve from, you know, we've been looking at it historically as it's an offsite for us. We get together for a couple of days, we build something cool, but it doesn't really go anywhere beyond that, right? Like if you look at previous projects, they're sort of dormant in GitHub somewhere, and nothing's happened with it. I don't think. What I'd really like to see happen is, you know, we have a chance to get together, go offsite, shut down and do something cool and creative, and I'd love to see that energy used for something meaningful. So a big part of my messaging this year has been the theme of giving back, you know, giving back to the city that's really, you know, funded and not funded but housed and provided us, you know, since we started, and I'm hoping that the teams are at least some of them are making something that we could, you know, potentially continue on after the event wraps. It would be awesome if the event wraps and we were able to do something with one of these projects that then becomes, you know, an actual living thing. So that's what I'm hoping comes out of this.
Cool. Sounds like maybe a cool opportunity in IX Labs.
Quite possible.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Myron.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right. So let's actually go and head into the action. We're going to try to grab a couple engineers to hear what they're working on. One of my favorite people to work with on engineering is Ronnie, who I actually see right there. Oh my gosh, I thought he was inside. So perfect timing. Hey, Ronnie.
How's it going?
Going really well. How's Hackathon so far?
It's amazing. I can't believe how big it's gotten over the past few years. I've been here for a while, and the first hackathon was it's a completely different focus, and we've got so many people under one roof. It's quite breathtaking, actually.
So we just heard from Myron that people were wearing Halloween costumes at 74 Wingle during the first hackathon. Do you remember what you were dressed up as?
There is definitely a photo circulating, fortunately not on the internet, of me as Raphael in a Ninja Turtle costume. But yeah, that's definitely one of those well-known vintage photos around Index.
Awesome. So what's your team name?
It's heladas, which apparently is Spanish for ice-cold beer.
Ooh, exciting. Maybe we'll be having an ice-cold beer tonight to celebrate. So what is your team working on today?
So we're working on connecting Twitter APIs and Google Maps APIs to get real-time location-based insights to election polling in Canada's upcoming election.
Wow, amazing. That's a really cool project. How's it going so far?
I think it's great. The team I'm working with, mostly engineers from our Montreal office, they've been incredible. I don't have the pleasure of working with these kind of engineers on a day-in, day-out basis because I'm based in Toronto, and I'm not usually in the weeds as much, so it's given me an opportunity to get my hands a bit dirty, but they're definitely doing the lion's share of the work, and it's been amazing how much we can accomplish in a short amount of time.
Wow, that's awesome. How late was your team last night?
I still saw them posting on Slack and to the wee hours, so they're definitely put their heart and soul into this, and I think they're really having a great time.
Wow. For those of you guys at some of the offices tuning in, some of the engineers have slept over and have their sleeping bags. So it's a really exciting event for some people who hack all through the night, and there's a tremendous amount of effort going into these projects. Cool. Well, thanks so much, Ronnie. Anything else before we hop over to another engineer?
Yeah, I guess at least for me personally, the theme that we have, Code Connects, I didn't realize how much of a focus that would really put on the fact that we were thinking outside the box, outside of Index. The last 3 hackathons has really been about trying to do something special for the company. And this one not only made me realize that we should be sort of thinking more about broader implications, what we can add, but also the fact that it connects us, the engineers, to our different departments across the country. So that's been great.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Great. Well, we'll catch you later. All right. Let's head into the room for real now and check out what's going on. I know you got a little preview with Paul yesterday, but we're going to head into the action. So it looks like that's actually the team that Ronnie was referencing, heladas, which is the ice-cold beers that they might be enjoying. Let's check in on Hack the Gathering and see if they have any cool updates. Hey Kai, how are you?
I'm very good. It's been a very good day today so far.
Nice. So can you tell us a little bit about how you chose your team name, Hack the Gathering?
Because we'd like to hack and we'd like to play the Magic the Gathering. Yes.
Is in KW, or are you guys often playing Magic the Gathering?
We're in KW, but we play in Russia too. Yes.
Awesome. What exactly is your project that you're working on?
We're working on... we're working on the creating a look for group for the games. Look for group for the games.
Awesome.
So that's what we're doing. And it's just basically a form. Reese might be a better person to ask. Yeah.
Okay. Have you run into any roadblocks so far, or has everything been pretty smooth sailing?
I'm the roadblock so far. Yeah, it's mostly UI. That's the problem.
Awesome. James, would you want to say anything about what? Do you want to let us know a little bit more about the project you guys are working on?
Yeah, sure. So this is supposed to help connect people that either do know each other and are just looking to have a little bit of fun, or haven't met someone that plays similar games to them, but they I don't know, I guess misplaying them or want to learn how to play them. So you'd have a person who's willing to host an event, some kind of game, and they would add this lobby group with how many people they have and what region it's in. And then we'd have other players that are in the same region be able to look at this list of lobbies and say, hey, I'm interested in playing these games. And once we have a full lobby, it will set them up, put them in a lobby so they can chat with each other. We have a messaging service we're building for it too. And yeah, connect them that way.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of work. Are you excited for the presentations this afternoon?
Hell no. But I hope we kill it anyways.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. We're looking forward to hearing more about your hack. All right, so now we're going to head over to TKS. We've heard a ton about TKS, but we haven't actually gotten a chance to really speak to them or hear what they're all about. So far, I hear that they're made up of a bunch of younger people, maybe college age or high schoolers, who have been are really talented in the technical sort of arts. So we're gonna go check out what they're working on, and I'm expecting a really impressive project. Oh, hey Chelsea, what's up? Good. How has Hackathon been so far for you?
It's really awesome. It's my first time here, and it's great to see everyone working really hard and through the night, and it's really inspiring, and I'm excited to see what everyone's working on.
Awesome. Whoa, sweet beanbag chair. Maybe I'll come find you later and we can sit on it together. All right, so something that I'm interested to hear about is how TKS is doing, whether it's their first hackathon. I know that many of them have been involved with other projects at other tech companies, but really curious to hear what their experience has been so far at the Index Exchange Hackathon. So let me sneak over and see where they're. Oh, great! Here we are. This is our TKS team. It looks like there aren't too many here yet.
Yeah, a few of them stepped out for a minute. I'll be your loyal representative for the day.
Awesome. Here, let me head over. So, hey, Jaden. I'm Catherine. Nice to meet you. So, how's Hackathon been so far for you guys?
It's been really great, actually. It's been a lot of, what I actually come to hackathons for, which is learning. One of the best things I like about hackathons is that it's one of the few environments that actually forces you to learn. You could go to school, you could take online courses, but, at a hackathon, your back is up against the wall 24/7. And so it's been a lot of, non-stop coding, but that's the way I like it, because that's what really makes people learn.
Awesome. So we've been hearing a ton about TKS during this hackathon, and I was wondering, could you give us a little overview of what TKS is and how you got involved in it?
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know, a unicorn company in the tech world is a company that that has a really small start, like a few people, but then grows to $1 billion revenue within the span of a few years. And so the whole idea of TKS is, instead of making unicorn companies like a lot of accelerators like Y Combinator do, we make unicorn people who start from really people who start just as any other average high school kid, but then turn end up being a person who's able to solve the world's biggest problem, because it's built on the idea that the reason a lot of the world's biggest problems exist right now is just because there aren't enough smart people solving them. And so the whole idea of TKS is just, be able to create those people. And here we have Lishba going in.
Awesome, another TKS member. So how did you get involved in TKS?
Well, it's a bit of a long story, but long story short, I heard about it from my sister. Went through this really long and frankly really great application process that kind of changed a lot of the way I think about about my future. And I got involved. I hopped between a few different topics. First, I was interested in nuclear energy. Then I was interested in blockchain. Then I was interested in machine learning. Now I'm mainly doing stuff around aviation.
Cool.
Clearly, but obviously, but yeah, it's definitely been a journey. I've been part of the program for almost 3 years now, and I can say I do not know where my life would be if I didn't have it.
Wow, it sounds like an amazing organization.
It is.
So what exactly is the project? Okay, actually, what exactly is the project that you're working on right now for the hackathon?
So essentially, our project is providing. So the whole idea is code connects us, right? Mm-hmm. But you can't do that if you don't know how to code. So our whole idea is creating a platform that teaches people to have knowledge-based jobs like technical skills while giving them one-on-one mentorship from experts in the field. The whole idea being, a lot of online courses like Udemy and Udacity, they provide you the content, but they don't really give you that kind of motivation, which is, a big part of TKS. Naveed and Nadeem, founders, are super, they're super high pressure because, you always need to deserve every single thing you do. And, if you don't have that mentality, you rarely end up doing anything. So the whole idea is just, do what they did to us, to everyone around the world. Be able to get that knowledge with someone who, guides you, supports you, and keeps you going regardless of how, you may feel about it.
Wow, sounds like a super impressive project. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're really looking forward to seeing what the project is this afternoon. All right. Thank you so much for watching our live stream, and tune in again at 5 p.m. to see the latest updates from